how's this tour going? Yeah, it's a good place to start.
Great. It's radical.
This tour is going amazing. We played the Viper Room in LA last Wednesday to, it was sold out, but to 200 people.
Wow.
And then we got on a plane and flew to Montreal and played to 12,000 people.
And that's different. There's more zeros.
Yeah, I could imagine. So, you guys are doing offshoot dates, between at clubs, right? So you're doing this tour and then doing, headlining?
No, we aren't actually. We're, there's 4 days off right now, or 5 days off.
Okay.
And we aren't, we were just flying back to LA to finish our record.
Oh, okay.
So, that's what we're doing. And then we aren't on the second half of the North American tour with Gaga, but we're going to, go to Europe and do a bunch of other stuff. But then we start up with her tour again in the UK in February.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and we get 2 of the Radio City Music Hall shows, which is our hometown, so that's going to be very exciting.
So, I guess she's executive producing the CD.
She is.
So what details can you share with us about that?
In the record, or it sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah. She gives us her overall artistic approval on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys go way back, right?
Yeah, our first show with her was either early 2007 or late 2006. We're not really sure. But so yeah, she opened for us a bunch of times, and now we're opening for her. And the record's like our dream record. It's like everything the record we've always wanted to make. And
that's good.
Yeah.
So is there a theme behind it?
It's just kind of trying to capture the insanity and raw energy of our live show, but still make it a really good record. In the past we've gone in the studio and just kind of tried to turn on and do what we do, and we just really realized with Jack Joseph Twig, who's producing the record with us, that making the record and playing the live show are 2 very different art forms. Mm-hmm. But we think that the record sounds so much more like our live show now, even though we've approached it from a more, I don't know what the right word is, but yeah.
This is our first record.
This is our first, as far as the world is
we don't have
concerned.
another record.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your target release date?
It will be released in the UK in mid-February, and then it'll be released here in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys did the whole tour with Perez Hilton, right?
Yes.
How much of an asset has he been? I know I've seen you guys mentioned a couple times, on his site, just, perusing through.
Yeah, he's been a big fan of the band for a while now, for a couple of years, and he's posted our videos, and he's talked about us, and it's really great.
A lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
He's saying everything,
Oh, yeah,
Helped
of
a lot.
course.
And his tour was amazing with Lady Hawk, who was so awesome, and we became really, really close with her. And
Great band.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if his tour came through Philly or not, but I remember
It did.
It
Did
did.
it?
Theater Living Arts.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we missed
Yeah.
it, right?
Of course we missed it.
Of course. So, who would you list as some of your main musical influences?
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim, Jay-Z, AC/DC. Who else?
Ourselves and others.
That's across the board.
Yeah. It's and that's just kind of the artist that we can agree on listening to as a band. But then individually, everybody's influences are he listens to shit that I don't even understand.
Yeah, we all
stuff.
Yeah.
all listen to a bunch of different crazy.
So, with the writing process, who brings what to the table?
We just get in a room with the 4 of us together and just see what the hell happens. And either Stevie has a riff or he has a riff, and we just start figuring it out from there. Or I'll write the majority of a song by myself on a piano and then bring it to the band, and then we figure it out from there. So it's all different ways of working.
Yeah, we try to come up with sounds that match the imagery that comes out of his face.
Okay. So, if you had to choose one of your songs for a first-time listener to get a feel for the group, which one would you pick?
I would say either
Magnetic Baby
or Diamond in It. Yeah, one of those 2.
And there's a duet with Gaga I heard about. So you do that each night, is it?
We don't do it in her show yet.
Okay.
There's talk of doing it in her show at some point. It might not happen until we get to the UK or whatever, but
Okay.
on our record there's going to be a duet with Gaga.
That's good.
It's just it's a big ballad, the big rock ballad on the record. Everything else on the record on our album is super party, filthy rock and roll, and then there's just the one ballad, which is a duet with Gaga.
Cool.
Yeah.
So where do you see the future of music heading? Where do you see yourselves fitting in that picture?
We want to bring rock and roll back to top 40 radio, and real rock and roll, not Nickelback, not All American Rejects. Those are pop bands, and there's nothing wrong with pop music.
Yeah.
We're on the biggest pop tour in the world, and we couldn't fucking be happier about it. But I feel like actual rock and roll is really, really missing from top 40 mainstream pop culture.
And genuine personalities, genuine people who are actually artists and weren't fabricated and actually played the things that are heard when you listen to their record.
Oh yeah, I think we're due for
People are getting sick of tropical robot voices all over the radio. It's not real, and even kids make fun of it these days. It's like part of pop culture now that's not a real voice.
Yeah, there's an iPhone app to just make your voice sound like auto-tune.
Yep.
I mean, it's like people are really, really ready for something new and dangerous and sexy and fun, so we want to do that. We want to be the fucking biggest.
Do it!
So how do you guys feel about MySpace and Facebook, as a tool to connect with fans and audiences?
I think it's
great. I mean, people, even though Facebook has started to kind of take off and people, I think, go to that more often than they go to MySpace. If you're looking for a band, someone says, check out this band, everyone goes to MySpace. That's the first step,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a valuable tool in that way.
And it's awesome, we played to, 15,000 people the other night, and after we were signing autographs, and you meet some kid that you've been talking to, we answer all our own mail, and you meet some kid you've been talking to for 2 years on MySpace, when there was 100 people at your show, or 50 people, so, that wouldn't happen if those things didn't exist.
Oh yeah, that connection is so important. I think that the kids, when they communicate with a band, they don't believe, they think it's an auto-generated response or whatever. And it's so important to meet them and shake their hands and everything. It means so much to them.
Yeah, we spend at least an hour after every single show taking pictures and signing autographs and hanging out with the fans, because I think that's the most important thing, especially in today's culture. Kids expect that. If there isn't a personal connection, they don't fucking care.
And they deserve it too. They buy the records, they come to the shows. You should hang out with them. It's great. We look forward to that.
The point of all this is hanging out.
So what does success mean to you?
Success means the most amount of people hearing what we do and seeing what we do.
Yeah.
Since success, I guess, could mean a whole lot of things, but in exact terms of us being a band, we just want as many people as possible to hear it. And I would feel pretty fucking proud of the fact if we could get, a song in the top 10 that was actually rock and roll, and a band actually fronted by a man in full makeup and high heels, not like a glam celebrity discovered on a game show, like an actual rock band. We've played 400 shows before we signed our major label deal. Like a real rock band in the top 10.
Yeah.
That would be really. I think that to me, I would feel very successful if we could do that.
Yeah. And we believe in this so much that money and all that shit will just, if it doesn't even come with it, who cares? But it will, because we're gonna do it.
As long as the gear comes with it.
Yeah, you just want some more guitars.